Welcome to another week of our crazy live stream. Thank you for having me on your channel. I'm that forgettable sidekick that no one can ever remember his name.
Yes, let me check my notes real quick. Magnum! Yes, Magnum. Nice to have you.
It's good to be here. Good to be here. Let's see. Today we are going to cover the Jim Roush interrogation. I don't know if we're going to get through the whole thing or not, because we'll probably be pausing and talking and stuff. No idea if the chat's working in Rumble or not, if anybody's chatting with us there. Are you on the app or are you on the...
I'm on the app.
Yeah, the app sucks. You should probably get on the website.
Oh, see? Yeah. Sarah knows it's working.
Yeah. So, it looks like we're probably going to be all the way till like the middle of July streaming on Rumble. So, kind of looking forward to getting back to YouTube, even though they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, while we're at it, why don't we get to our YouTuber stuff there? Like and subscribe, and Paco's going to read off our links.
All right. So YouTube is Paco Peep Pot Pies. Our Spotify is Magnum Pot Pie, as well as Rumble. The CashApp is Magnum Pot Pie. Teespring with new merch is Magnum Pot Pie, and our Ko-Fi is Paco Peep, because I had to have my name in there somewhere. Links to everything will be in the linktree, which I will put in the description when this is over.
Yeah, we got some new merch in the Teespring. We have a very talented artist in the community, the Main Event 1994, and he was generous enough to let me use one of his designs. So we have a t-shirt, and I think I did a hoodie, and I know there's a mug and a sticker. I think those are the ones I picked because those prices weren't all outlandish on Teespring.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's some werewolf Magnum Pot Pie. And, if you buy it, you're making fun of Lorne. Not only are we making money off of Lorne, but also taking abroad.
Yeah.
So there's that. You got anything?
All right. We were up all night to get to Chucky. Hi, Precious Princess. Back at you.
No call.
Callie Bum says they can tell the stream will be blazing.
Yes, no Petunia will be safe. This is great. This is the Jim Roush interrogation. Just a little bit of trivia that I picked up over the years. Apparently, at one point, Jim Roush's interrogation, in one form or another, was the most popular interrogation on YouTube. It was the first TCAP interrogation I saw. This is what clued me into the fact that there was a modern TCAP community. And in a way, Jim Roush led me to Lorne Armstrong.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Let's see. So there's that. And, Jim Roush may or may not be dead. We don't know. I do know I signed the guest list for a funeral registry one time online, but that was pulled. And then there's been some evidence that Jim might still be alive, so God only knows.
I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe not. So he's looking for them petunias. And Jim is also going to say that he had a really deep conversation here with Cheyenne. They really got on pretty good. So
deep.
Yeah. There's a really cool channel on YouTube where you can listen to the Jim Roush chat log and figure out how deep that goes.
Yeah. Deep.
Yeah, speaking of channels, I think I ripped this straight from the Cappening channel, so if you're not already subscribed, go subscribe over there. He's got a lot of interrogations and stuff. He, she, or it. And let's get into it. It didn't work.
So you just were out driving?
No, I don't want to admit that.
Okay. Did you come out to see somebody today?
Somebody invited me to come over.
Okay. Well, who was that?
Yes.
Cheyenne something.
How'd you meet Cheyenne?
I was online, came up.
Okay. When you were online, do you do that at home, or do you?
I do it at home.
You do it at home. Okay.
Yes.
Is that generally the only place you do it?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have your own personal computer or laptop?
Yes.
It's a,
Both.
Oh, do you have both?
I actually have 2 laptops.
Okay, 2 laptops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just
I spent.
Oh yes, Jim is wasted. He is drunk. And it's so funny because Jim is going to seem to get drunker as this goes on. I think we can probably just bring this up so it's easier to pause. He's going to like get drunker as this goes on. It's crazy. It's like they're piping in like vaporized vodka or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like he seems the most sober now he's ever going to be in this interview.
Business.
okay, it's your business. Okay.
What type of business?
I do web pages for University of Cincinnati. I have access to those.
I know it's not what he said. I could have sworn he said he makes websites for uteruses.
You just got uteruses on the brain. You like how someone gave him a Glasgow smile, too? He's got this huge facial scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone gave him a Glasgow smile somewhere along the way.
I need to have access to them in order to do the business I do with them.
Okay.
Jim, I just think you
And
might not be going back
use
to
all
work
those
on
computers to
Monday.
chat to people, or you just use one specific, or
Usually at home.
okay, use it at home. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And
If I do chat,
If
which
you
I
do-
don't do. But that
If I do chat, I'm Jim Roush. I'm usually out fucking. I'm not chatting. If I chat, Jim, you come on, buddy.
again, because the fact of the business that I'm in, chat is a part of what I do, and chat is a part of University of Cincinnati distance learning.
okay.
And I need to be able to access that in order to be able to do the business I do
Okay.
with them.
Okay.
All I can hear is uterus.
So you met Cheyenne.
I didn't meet Cheyenne. She came after me.
Okay, she came after you. Tell me about that.
Jim was just sitting there. You know, anywhere you pause this, you just get a great screenshot there.
I know, right?
Jim was sitting there. He was pondering some of the mysteries of the Bible.
And
you know,
uteruses.
And he was sitting there, he was probably writing, he's a musician, right? He was probably writing a new gospel song, and then here came this foul temptress Cheyenne.
That awful bitch.
That awful bitch that got this man all hemmed up.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how it happened at all. I have no recollection at all what happened for her to make contact.
Opaco
with me.
knows how long
I don't know,
this is. She's seen
Was
it.
I on some line?
Even
of
Jim
some sort?
falls asleep by the end of
I
it.
have no idea.
So you were chatting, and she came on to you while you were chatting sometime.
Well, somebody did, who that Cheyenne is.
Okay. Do you know how old Cheyenne was?
She told me she was 13, but and I was very, very, very. I don't do that.
You don't do that.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not there.
You're not there.
No, not at all.
No. He's not there. He is not interested. He is there for anything but a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, come on.
Somebody give this man a glass of water
happy
so
to-
he can stop smacking his lips and.
Look, Jim, I'm going to tell you something about Jim here. Jim doesn't drink water unless there's alcohol in it.
And someone give him some alcohol.
Like, give me an 18, 19-year-old and I'll be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? 13-year-olds, God, it's gross.
Not your thing.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Callie Bum.
when you were talking to Cheyenne on the chat line, what'd you guys talk about?
Well, and up until this afternoon, which was, I don't know what I gave in for, but I thought she was more like an adult. But No, I was.
It's been a little while since we read that chat log, but did anything about Cheyenne strike you as being like an adult?
No.
Yeah, right?
We could be entirely wrong. We could.
We could.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. Like, anywhere you
Where
pause
is your
this...
steadfast?
Anywhere you pause this, you just get a great screenshot.
Yeah. Where is your avid, defense of these guys? Is it...
Look, let me tell you. I would sit down and have a beer with Jim. I would. But he's guilty as homemade sin. I'm sorry. He's just guilty. And he kind of looks like my dad. My dad was an asshole, and that just gets him some negative points. So he's like...
I can't argue that. Okay.
Yeah. Very cautious not to be there. I didn't want to be there.
Okay.
I really don't. That's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't want it. Don't want it.
And he certainly wouldn't spend an hour trying to
Find
drive
out a little
to it.
curiosity.
right.
A little curiosity.
No, I don't even.
Which is
I'm
normal.
not even curiosity. I don't have any curiosity about it. It's too young. It's stupid. Okay. And now you can go back and look at all the records of the conversations I've had. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's stupid. I don't.
Yeah, Ume, I think that's why a lot of people, like dunking on these predators, is because so many people in this community have a Jim Roush or a Lorne or a, or a Donald Morrison or somebody in their life, or a Hambubger. And, that's why this is stuck around, I think, is because there's the catharsis in just seeing these guys,
Yeah.
just lose. Like, Jim is an educated man here. And he is somewhat in the criminal justice world, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. He should know to shut his face.
Yeah.
But he just can't do it.
No.
He's too drunk, and he won't admit he's drunk, and he just won't shut his hole, and he just digs himself deeper.
I like how he was like, I'm not driving anywhere. Oh, did you just, I don't know, float above the ground?
No.
Hawaiian Pizza says, then why did you show up, Jim?
Why'd you spend an hour driving there?
Yeah.
He spent an hour on like a 10-minute trip.
That's not what I want to be.
Okay.
I don't even. That's not me.
Is that you?
No, not at all.
Seemed like it.
Do you have any type of webcam or anything like that?
I do have a webcam.
Okay. Do you ever use it for any purposes? Or?
It's available.
Okay.
Use it. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Well, I can help you out there.
I'm loving this pause.
I can help you out there. Using it means it's plugged into your computer and it turns on, and you put it on your pathetic little genitals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, you do.
Right. So we didn't get into what you guys talked about. What you guys talked about?
I was very, very up until today, which is obviously the reason the results
Very, very.
come. I have been very, very cautious of not talking about anything.
Okay.
I do not want to be involved with a 13-year-old. I do not like it. I don't want it, and
You don't like it. You don't want it.
For some reason, I just gave relaxed and.
So who do you think you were talking to?
Another person.
Another person.
Well, it'd be weird if it was like a house plant.
Yeah, that would be weird. You know what I'm finding so funny?
Perfect.
It's
Bad,
like
and that's honest with you. I don't know.
this is clearly a setup.
Right.
If you watch his lips and listen to the audio, while it syncs up, it still looks like this was dubbed.
Yeah, it does. I think it's like slightly off or so. I don't know what it is. It's like watching a Godzilla movie. Only Godzilla wanted to touch a little girl.
For whatever worth value that is. I don't. I cannot condone the statements that I would have made this afternoon to her, I wish I could retract them.
Yeah.
Not because of you guys.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that I just don't. That's not it. That's not me.
Look, it has nothing to do with the fact you got caught. Look, put that to rest.
Yeah.
Jim is sorry because he realizes he did the wrong thing. It had nothing to do with the fact he's got busted. None at all. Perish the thought.
Thank you again, Callie Mom. Couple donations.
Oh, cool.
I don't see it.
They are not requesting us singing.
Okay.
If I'm wrong
Jim,
about
understand.
that, let me know in the chat.
And
Yeah.
you I understand you've made a mistake, okay? I've read the chats.
Right.
Okay?
And you can see how.
I see here where you told her that you wanted to fuck around. And that you
We're then what provoked that?
know.
The fact that you're a pervert and you wanted to have sex with a little girl, I think that's a pretty good idea of what might have provoked that. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
You know what else is great?
Mm.
Is he is just so expressive.
Very much so. He's like a Disney animatronic or something. It's crazy.
I think that's what makes it better.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to the details of the thing.
Yeah,
I
it's a small
understand what
girl.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And I know what you're doing.
I'm just trying to understand here.
I
don't-
I did not meet with her, number one. Number two, I didn't really want to meet with her.
Okay.
Jim, you didn't meet with her because you kept taking the wrong turns. We gotta do the phone call. It's great. He just keeps taking the wrong turns. It's like you didn't meet her because you couldn't fucking find the place. Don't act like you had some change of heart.
Yeah.
At one point, he's even like, "I'm just gonna go home and start over."
It was.
Maybe try when you're
If
sober.
you go to the bottom lines of things, let's talk about facts that I denied, and I did not want to do that. I really did not want to.
Jim, I know you're under a lot of pressure right now. And
I'm not
sure
under
your wife.
pressure at all.
Well,
I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, obviously being here is a little bit of
Yeah.
pressure, but that's not.
Are you married?
Yes. No. God no.
God,
You
no.
want her? You can have her. I'm sorry.
I got one of my own. That's enough for me.
Yeah, this is just
It's
give
like
her
his
ammunition,
dentures are
that's all.
slipping or something.
I'm not
He
trying to give
can't
them
stop moving his
ammunition.
mouth.
I know.
This is just me, you, and Kate
It's
here. Okay?
fascinating.
Well, it's
Can't keep
not.
my eyes off of it.
I did not do anything to this, whatever this person is, whoever it is. I did not
LaSalle
intentionally.
460 says, I don't know, guys, he's making a lot of sense.
Yeah, Jim's a little sauced here.
Tiny bit.
A little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. How hard do you think he had to work to get the sharpness of that mustache?
I was also noticing that.
Yeah,
I'm impressed by it.
yeah.
Okay.
I met with this person because this person, whoever it is, male or female, whatever, enticed me to the point where I wanted to. And
That 13-year-old temptress.
Did you? So you guys did talk about sexual acts in your conversations.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ume, imagine feeling superior to your wife when you're on TV for being caught as a pedo.
Yeah, right.
You want her, you can have her. Yeah, I'm sure she's trying to get this dude back, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can go back.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
don't know.
looking.
I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't really,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned,
You know,
it doesn't matter.
Jim, I'm just trying to figure out what really happened. Because if we don't talk about it now, and if I just give this to somebody, they're going to think you are a sick, maybe possibly a child predator, and I don't think you're that point. Okay?
I'm not.
And you're not. But if we don't talk about it, What else?
Tell me.
What else can I tell people saying, Jim made a mistake. This
I didn't
is what
follow
happened.
through, number one. Number two.
Yeah.
Number two, because the fact I didn't follow through is I'm not so sure that I wasn't turned down the street right when I was picked up.
Yeah.
If you check back on the records, on the results, there have been at least three times where I turned around.
Yes, you turned around a lot, constantly. You were constantly turning around because you were constantly. Jim's one of those guys that, like, you start giving him directions. Oh, I know what to do. And he just starts going off half cock before you even told him what to do.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, and it's like, no, Jim, no, not straight. Turn. Oh, straight? No, Jim. He's one of those guys. So yes, he did turn around.
I don't do this. Number one, I don't really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Give me some sex, okay? And I'll find ways to do the sex, but don't not this is really crap.
If nobody stopped you tonight, what do you think might have happened?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And I'll be honest with you about that. Nothing. Nothing would have happened. Okay. God, is this a place that...
Well, yeah, nothing would have happened because Jim was really drunk and he smelled like piss. Because he pissed himself.
Oh, God.
So think about that. Jim's sitting there right now smelling like probably Old Spice, gin, and piss. And
Lovely.
disappointment.
The stories?
It's as good a place as any. Jim, we're just trying to be honest with each other.
I went to a swingers club last night and walked out
Where's that at?
in Dayton.
Up in Dayton, Ohio, Kentucky?
Dayton, Ohio. I walked out. And the reason I walked out is because, no, it's not for me. I'm not selective. I don't want you to think of it as being selective. I'm looking for some satisfaction from somebody. And I'm not looking. And again, my own motivation is not to just find somebody who's interested in me.
Like a little girl.
Not young, not old, not fat, not thin, not someone who is interested in who I am. And that's where we are.
And how long have you and your wife been divorced? Or been separated? Or
We've been divorced for 2000. What was it? 4 years? Almost 5 years.
5 years ago? And
I've had relationships with other women. It's not that. It's not a sexual thing at all.
what is it?
There's somebody, and I guess, and I put this out.
Has Jim made any sense with anything he said since the last time I paused? Or is this really just drunken rambling?
It seems drunken rambling.
Yeah.
And
one thing he's going to keep doing here is he's going to talk about his sex drive and how he could have had all these women and he turned around and walked out of the swingers club and stuff like this. And that sounds better. It's like, no, Jim, maybe you didn't like the women there because you wanted a little girl. Don't tell the swingers club story, dude.
yeah.
And just general advice for anybody that finds himself in an interrogation room, shut your hole.
Yeah.
No good comes from talking. I mean, I'm glad this guy did.
Yeah.
But if you ever find yourself in the interrogation room, shut your damn hole. Unless you're Jim fucking Roush. Then you can talk your way out of
the
it.
right place for doing it. But Cheyenne, whoever Cheyenne is, some George down the hallway, talked to me. And when that person talked to me, it was a person.
Yeah.
Now, I have other people that I talk to. for whatever that's worth, and I don't want to bring them into this, but
You brought him up.
Yeah, you
It
did.
made you feel good, didn't it?
it kept me away from that loneliness that I have when I'm sitting in my house by myself,
Naked.
and,
In front of your webcam.
Nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
You feel that lonely feeling, and you know.
Whatever,
And-
however that comments itself.
And she tried and filled that, didn't she? She fulfilled that need.
Yeah, but then it turns around because of this crap, which
Well,
is
Yeah, fill that need. Then it turns around. It's all this crap with cops and
Yeah.
arrests and jail time, and you guys are just putting labels on everything over here. It's just two people connected, just one of them underage, and you're getting too into this.
He needs to shave his mustache off or something, because I think maybe that's what it is. He's trying to, it keeps getting in his mouth or something. He keeps trying to push it out.
I don't know what Jim's got going on here. You know, I have listened to this interrogation a million billion times, and like half the time, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because he's just rambling. He never completes a thought.
which I understand you need for doing it. But I don't. I think
so
there's
you
a
live
need for
alone.
Don't worry,
there's
Obey,
a
he will
need
depict
for
himself
people
as the victim
out there.
here.
And
Let's see. LaSalle460 says, the one thing that always bothered me about Jim is how he kept bringing up that it wasn't actually a little girl. Like, he is so genuinely upset it wasn't a child, but instead someone of age. Yes.
Yeah. And he's trying to act like he's superior, like he just knew this was all this big setup or something. I think in his mind he thinks he's setting up a defense.
Not very well.
No, not very well, because yeah, it just comes off like he's just mad it's not a toddler.
Yeah.
yeah. And
George down the hall is
that
going to
need
be
is
impressed with
fulfilled
my Dora the Explorer
by-
underwear.
and law enforcement. By the way, I'm in criminal justice. I hate to tell you
That's
that.
awful.
That's the bottom line. But
Alright.
but I am. I at UC I work for the criminal justice department.
That makes criminal justice.
There is a need for people in this society to have a connection with somebody, and I don't care.
And look,
I don't know
sometimes it's a
where
little
the
girl.
connection comes from. I think is crucial, and that's where I got fucked up, you know. But don't judge me on that.
I'm not judging you.
I know you're not. I know, but eventually I will be. So.
You know, Jim is so drunk at the moment that he thinks he's making this amazing speech.
Yeah.
He thinks he's like hitting these points, and like the music's gonna swell, and like they're gonna just send him home.
Wipe a tear away
Yeah.
and applaud as he leaves.
And then the credits roll.
Yeah, and I know that system, how it works.
But Jim, I can understand.
Callie Bum says, let's get Dustin to shave that mustache. He loves to shave.
Heard you all make
You
me
know,
shy.
when you're feeling lonely and you feel like you have, you're just you just live by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you feel that lonely, and you go home every night.
Yeah.
You're feeling lonely. You talk to Cheyenne
Or whoever.
and whoever
Look, Jim goes home. He fixes himself a Hungry Man dinner. He sits down naked in front of his webcam, and just waits for Cheyenne. That's his sad little life. Feel sorry for Jim.
No.
Well, there went that plan.
chatting to Cheyenne here. You feel like you can feel. Do you feel like you can feel open to say things?
Right.
This is a bill that needs a lot of turkey TV dinners.
And I think it's unfair of the justice systems to condemn me for talking to somebody. If it's underage, I can understand that, and I know that's where you come in. My relationship.
I totally understand that what I did was wrong. But I think you guys are wrong for judging me on it, and for the justice system to say that it's wrong.
Yeah, look, it's not really wrong. I mean, yeah, it's wrong, but it's not really wrong. Come on, guys. And you guys shouldn't. I mean, come on.
This is great.
And he doesn't ever complete a thought. If it weren't for the detectives, like, completing the thought for him, none of this would ever... He'd never bring it in for a landing.
Yeah.
Was created with my relationship to Cheyenne was because of the fact that I closed that out. And
Closed what?
I fault you guys with that.
Yeah.
Because of the investigations or how you do that, is that person who's making those communications starts to connect with the person. And that connection that you make is maybe with the perverted people is one that's really negative.
Now, right here, this part where he's talking about the connecting and, you know, how he's going to go into some detail on this, and he's going to talk about how the decoy connects with the predator and stuff like that. Now, I heard this a long time before I ever read his chat log.
Yeah.
And it would be easy to sit here and say, he actually does make a compelling point. That it would be easy to sit here and say, okay, you kind of draw a connection with somebody, you chat with somebody day in, day out. You know, you kind of get that person-to-person connection there. You can kind of see what he's talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his chat log is not that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what it was. He wasn't Lorne sitting down and talking to Cheyenne for hours a day, you know, and stuff. This was like, there'd be days in between, and it'd be stuff like, I'm gonna, you know, be cleaning my garage and shit like that. Like, there was no big connection, but he's gonna act like this was some deep conversations where they sat there and really got to know each other and stuff, and that this real relationship has been yanked away.
Yeah.
But with a person like me, it connects. There's somebody who's talking to you, and I don't know. You do what you have to do. Let's cut the bullshit and let's go.
Yeah, it's got this.
I'm to the point, you know. I'm lonely. I'm not going to get back to my ex-wife. I wouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah.
I have people who don't want to talk to me anymore. I don't.
Can't
So
why.
I have somebody who's Cheyenne who talks to, or whoever it is, whoever is Cheyenne. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, maybe I went over the border, and if I did, that's what I'm paying the price.
So you spend a lot of time.
Lizzo says Lorne should have made that defense.
Lorne could have made that defense. I mean, it wouldn't have helped him.
No.
But that would have been a lot better than the meatball shit. Lorne would have had a point.
But at least I protect you in that way. I make sure you get your meatballs and your mac and cheese.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a regular influx of meatball, mac and cheese, and deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Just hopefully not when you've dumped the entire container
It
of
was
salt.
not an entire container of salt. It
And then you get mad at me for pointing out they're salty.
You still could have eaten them.
With a salt.
Lauren was upset he didn't get deviled eggs. Not that they were too damn salty.
Those were the saltiest things I ever tasted, and I once licked a salt lick.
Why would you lick a salt lick?
It's in the name.
I don't know what a lot of time is.
I guess it's relative.
I feel like we've had this very argument before.
I'm sure we have. I'm just salty over them eggs.
Oh, Lord, dad puns.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
probably
the
a
eggs
couple
that
hours
got
a day,
away.
Yeah.
maybe 3. And most of it's not chatting. Most of it's just trying to find somebody who wants to talk.
Yeah.
And I think that's a major problem too.
What do you generally talk about with Cheyenne or other people.
Nick.
Just whatever comes up.
Anything. Music. The weather. Really. It really is. I'm trying to, I'm going to be honest about that. I don't think it's going to go any further. I mean, you're gonna, this great, wonderful thing. You're going to find out the answers to the world on chatting, but it's a whole world out there.
About?
And,
It's just the world is 42.
I have some real problems with what's going on right here. Because I think it's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, bastards.
Not in terms of the younger age. I think that somebody else should have stopped that before I got to it.
Well,
Wait, stop what?
Somebody should. He's going to use the predator line that he's using that train of thought that somebody should have been monitoring this to keep 13-year-olds out of chat rooms. A lot of these guys have said that somebody should have stopped this before he ever got to it. But that's the same reasoning that you would use if, say, he met this little girl at a bar.
Yeah.
And just somebody had brought their 13-year-old daughter to this bar for some reason, and Jim was inappropriate with her and wanted to take her home and shit. It would be that same logic. It's like if she was standing there in a bar, you wouldn't think it was okay to mess with her. Well, it's not okay online either.
Yeah.
But these guys always want to use that. Oh, someone should have kept her from getting on there.
I'm not a chatter.
Okay.
So if you could educate me a little bit on,
Perfect.
where would you go to find somebody to talk
in the case of the Cheyenne thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jim can't help but
That
talk
was
over
done
somebody.
through Yahoo Messenger, who has, if you're 18, you're not allowed here. If you are, if in the sessions, adult Kentucky. And in that regard, that's where I really come off with I think it's not fair for you to come at me.
Yes, it's not fair. You put that 13-year-old girl
except
in
for the
that
fact
bar.
that up front, because of the way you guys do the way you do things, you make sure that you say it's 13, 14, whatever. But that shouldn't be there in the first place. If it's going to be if it's going to be something that legally binds Yahoo or Google,
are you having
or whoever
nachos?
happens to be an adult place to go, then if I go there and you even say that you're 13, why are you there in the first place? How did you get through that first level? And I really have a problem with that. You guys have heard this over and over and over.
I'm really interested in knowing how this chat thing works and how you met Cheyenne. What type
I
is there?
don't have an idea. I could go back to that. I don't know what initiated the first conversation with Cheyenne. I don't remember. It could have been 3 weeks ago. It could have been a week ago. I have no idea. But I know that maybe I went through and I looked and I went down my list of people who were adult cams, and I said, "Hey, you interested in talking?" Boom, webcam available, and the name came up.
So you could tell that they had a webcam?
Yes, you can tell that.
Okay. So that's something that you look for
No,
when you talk to people?
I don't. No. I don't look for it. I don't
Oh,
look for
okay.
it. No, I look for somebody.
okay over there, kid?
Oh, you disturbed him. Poor kitty.
How do you talk to? You know, and
But if they have a webcam, even better.
no, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter.
I think Catherine Reed could say anything to this dude, and he's going to just argue with her about it.
Yeah.
She could say the sky is blue. Well, actually, today when I looked out, it was overcast. It was gray. It's like anything she says, he's going to argue with.
There's a birthday card.
Right? This guy respects women.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think he were raised by his mom, actually. I think he were raised by his mom. Because I think he's going to tell a story about how, like, his dad got shot or some shit.
It means that they're probably a prostitute and they're putting their stuff out in the
Yeah.
can. Most likely it means it doesn't mean a damn thing at all.
So what happens after that?
Okay, I put up a message out and they respond. And Cheyenne responds.
What happens after that? I'm not tech savvy. So
Okay. So Cheyenne responds. She says, "Hi, how are you? Hi. Yeah, what you doing?" And it goes from there. And then, you know,
That is how conversations work.
If they're in the legal system and they're taking care of their little niches that they need to take care of, say, "Well, hey, I'm only 13. "Oh, that's okay. Still want to talk to you. What's going on?"
Yeah, see, that's the problem, Jim. That right, you've just hit the nail on the head for the problem. Right there. I'm 13. Okay, I still want to talk to you. There you go. There's the problem.
Yeah.
What you should have done is say, "Oh, well, have a good night then," and click off.
Mm-hmm.
Score there. And I don't mean that. It sounds so trite. And it doesn't mean in terms of me.
LaSalle says, so people who have webcams are prostitutes. Does that mean Jim is a prostitute?
Well, I'm sure he would have happily accepted money. Actually, I think Jim's more of a slut.
I wish he would push his glasses up. This is starting to annoy me.
That's what's annoying you about this guy?
Oh no, a lot is. That's just one more thing added to it.
Yeah.
Teacher. I've been a teacher. Done it. How was your school today? Is not, well, let me get in and fuck you. That's not it.
The fuck are you talking about? You created this scenario in your own drunken mind where you said to Cheyenne, "How was school today?" And then they were getting mad at you for that, and now you're defending yourself for asking her how school was. You created that all in your drunken mind. I don't even think he asked her how school was.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we recorded that, but I don't remember that being like the main point of conversation.
It's understanding that person. And I guess that's what the
Because they have
Trump to
social
follow the
needs
conversation.
too,
they
just
have
like
social
you.
needs. Here, okay, and then in what is presented to me from Cheyenne or whoever it is, stupid said me as one, is here's this girl, supposedly girl, who supposedly is going through a divorce, whose parents are separated, not as an opportunity for me as a predator to go after them, but as a person to try and answer questions, and then I
You're
just
helping
thought-
them.
Except for, like I said this afternoon, which I went way over.
Even then, he had to argue with her.
Yeah.
Even right then, when she's just saying what he's saying, he had to argue with her.
Oh, man.
But he's saying he didn't do this as a predator. But he did the predator thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that would be easy to say if he never got in his car and drove to Cheyenne's house. If they just knocked on his door and took him down to question him after the chat log. And he could say, "Look, I was wasn't being a predator, blah, blah, blah. It was just fucking around on the internet.
And
he drove there.
And he's so drunk he can't say things right. Like he said, a girl going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Really? Cheyenne was?
Yeah.
Was she divorcing Derek?
Derek gets around.
And I only went overboard because of the fact that I personally was frustrated. But that's the end.
So do you see your role as helping them through their life as well as them helping you?
I'm always doing that. That's the person I am.
Yeah, he's a helper.
Sounds like you've done it for many years. I mean, you've helped people,
30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And not on the internet, but yeah.
Well, I'm not saying in your life. In your lifetime, you've helped
kids even when you work.
many people.
Yeah.
To my colleague, it's next door to me. I'm helping her do what she needs to do. I'm not a bad person. I'm really not. And I didn't hurt her. I hurt whoever this Cheyenne was, which was, and I knew it. I don't know. Maybe in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I knew this was bad. I knew this was bad. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking,
You knew what was bad.
Well, that should have been in the front of your mind.
It was all set.
Oh, talking with her was a setup?
Yeah, from the beginning.
I love how they all say that. If you thought this was a setup, would you ever dream of going there?
No. Not at all.
But they all say that. I knew what this was. I knew this was a setup. Like, that somehow exonerates them.
Thank you again, Callie Bum.
Oh, thank you.
Man, fuck Jim Rauch.
Right? Fuck that guy.
And in that frame, I was hoping that it wasn't, but in the good nature that I am,
It was going to be a good-natured kid.
I really wanted to help.
How are you going to help her tonight?
I don't know. Tonight,
Mm-hmm.
talk with her. Talk with her about this divorce thing that her parents were going through. I mean, really, that was my just.
See, Jim showed up with, like, counseling
could have been
books
more?
and...
Oh, yeah.
No. Got it. Okay. Let me go back to what was talking about last meeting. I went to, like I said, a swingers club last night in Dayton. I walked down. 3 women there. That's not what I want.
I'm sure the women were throwing
Sex.
themselves at Jim.
Sexual.
But in your chat,
And I'm sure Paco's
you
going to
asked
save this
if-
video.
If she would have
Well,
sex.
only because I'm trying to get that corner into her to let loose and and I don't know, maybe in the wrong, maybe in the bad sense of things, maybe that was it, but I don't think it was. I wouldn't have thought.
So to get her to lighten up
Mm-hmm.
and just stop taking things so seriously,
Mm-hmm.
this 13-year-old girl,
Mm-hmm.
he decided to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get a child to loosen up and have fun.
Yes.
Okay, I'm making sure I get this. I'm making sure I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Follow through with it.
I think it was more trying to get a connection with her.
Yeah.
Have a connection with my penis.
Yeah. It was going to be a connection. It's tab A into slot B, I guess.
Cyrano says he were a male slut.
You were a slot. You were fucking in his truck.
The private area is here now.
Hey, there we go. All right, let's start
I
over.
really do. I think she just doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know where she's
And
going.
she's trying to figure life out, and you're trying to help her figure that life out.
At least in my sense of it.
In your mind.
I would have.
That's
The
your
last thing
where
I
I got
wanted to do
this
was
star.
go over to Campbell County and meet a 13-year-old. Give me a break.
You went to meet
Last
her.
night I could have had 2 women. Why would I want to do that?
But tonight you were just trying to help somebody.
Look, I want to see the two women. That's all I'm saying. I want to see the two women that tried to take Jim home.
Yeah, right?
I really feel I was trying to do that.
You know the Andy Griffith show? The two girls that would come in, they would be like, "Hi, doll," and want to date like Andy and Barney. That's the two women.
Hang on. Hawaiian Pizza says, same. I always ask, why is he talking at all? Dumbass doesn't even know he has the right to remain silent.
Yes, so Jim, shut your hole. I mean, don't. Keep talking. This is entertaining. But if you had one brain cell, you'd shut your damn hole.
Yeah.
And I turned her down twice. If you read those damn emails, I turned her down twice. I'm not coming. I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
Well, so apparently, talking to a how do we put it here? Apparently, talking to a horny 60-year-old man is the way to calm children's nerves.
Oh.
I have it on good authority. That is a tried and true method.
Oh, okay.
So we're being unnecessarily hard on Jim here.
Private Area says he's going to piss on your petunias.
Well, I mean, that's why I planted them.
It's too much for me to do.
Yeah. Is your too lazy?
And I really felt that way, but I was trying to. She was so certain. Now again, it's that. And this is
that look on his face. Even he knows he's spitting bullshit.
To get me to do something. Without that provoking, I would have. If she'd have backed off, if it had been backed off, I would not even thought about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but she must have really needed you for you.
No,
to,
not
for
she.
her
Whoever it is. Let's make clear.
Right, but what you thought was that she needed you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I go back to that in relationship to the police department, the criminal justice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me explain to you why you're
gotta
wrong.
Watch out how far you take that, because there are people who do care about other people, and I'm you can write off this thing. You can take me to court and all that. I wasn't going to hurt that kid.
And I don't think you would.
I wasn't. There's no question about it.
Jim, I honestly think you were not going to hurt Cheyenne or whoever you thought you were going to meet tonight. Jim, I know you're not going to hurt her, right?
I know that. No, I wasn't.
I don't think you had any.
I have more intention of hurting myself than I do of hurting her.
But you need.
Wouldn't it be great if they took that as like suicidal thoughts and they put him in the suicide watch and he just ended up in a rubber room in a paper dress? Wouldn't that have been great?
Yes.
I want you to imagine you're a little 13-year-old girl and here comes your boyfriend right here showing up.
Yeah. Private Area says that's why I planted them too.
Yeah.
He also says, wow, he's shiny. He is.
He is a shiny man.
I keep getting distracted whenever his head hits the light district.
You're just distracted by the pure animal magnetism of Jim Roush.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, well, then you should be taking notes and start... I don't know, it's not even really smacking his lips. It's whatever weird thing he's doing with his mouth, and...
I don't even know what you call that. Like I said, it's like his dentures are slipping or something.
Needed to fill a void.
No. It's not a void. I don't want to make it a void. I got people I talk to some places. Okay.
What a need.
I have a need.
Lizard. It's tasting the air.
Yes.
To help people.
That's how he smells.
Maybe that's closer to it than filling a void. Because I do have people who have problems, and I have no
Is there anything funnier and more infuriating than an egotistical dipshit?
Yeah.
Well, maybe when you
relationships are hard, and
Yes,
it sounds like that the connection that you were making with her, she was innocent, you were innocent, you were just trying to help her, and It just got out of hand.
It got out of hand. I agree with you.
Yeah. And it's much easier to talk to a younger person because they're more open and understanding.
But see, and again, this is the lesson I think that you need to learn.
All right, detectives.
This is the lesson that they need to
learn.
learn.
All right, detectives,
okay.
Pay attention. Take notes, because Jim is going to teach you guys how to do your job. All right, so pay attention now. And by the way, let him go, because since you did it wrong, obviously you need to just let him go.
Yeah.
You're playing a role. And whoever's doing it is playing a role of something that they're not. And when they play that role, they've got all this stuff behind them, all this garbage, not garbage, it's not really garbage, it's really experience.
He argues with himself.
They've got that behind them, and they're manipulating that all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
And with a person or a good, successful, what are they called, officer who is doing this, a good officer can remove that a little bit, so they can be innocent to bring it in. But the return on that, which is the problem, is the person from the outside who comes in.
So, I mean, in that word salad of nothing, he said that a good decoy can pretend to be a child, and the problem is that people like Jim will respond to that and show up at the house.
Right.
That's what I took away from that.
I'm not sure what I got out of that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nothing sandwich.
But, Private Area does say, why does he talk like he's got a mouthful of balls? I do have to say, though, I think I figured it out. He's an alien. The exaggerated facial movements.
He's tried to study humans.
The lizard-like mouth manipulations.
And he does fit into human society better than Lauren, so you're right, he might be.
And this is why you can't understand him. Because he's having to try to figure out how to say all of this in English.
And he's got this alien brain with, like, this alien mind that just works different than ours.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Now this is going to be so much better now that we know this.
Yes.
They don't see it as that person who has all that control. And therefore, relax, give up levels of intensity that they might not have if they were talking to an adult.
What did any of that mean?
And therefore, because of relaxing that intensity, maybe some things out that need to get out, but also in my case, go overboard. And expect that person who's on the other side, who is intelligent enough and has the experience enough to really understand what's going on there, makes a critical judgment instead of an emotional judgment on what's happened to a person like me.
What?
I don't know.
None of that made any sense. If I pick this apart, I think what we got is that a good decoy can pretend to be a child, and the problem is people like Jim, who are child predators, get suckered in by that. And because this person's pretending to be a child, then the predator reacts to them as if they are a child. And that's a problem because now that's caught Jim. That's all. And then he's talking about degrees of control and intensity, and like, Jim, none of this is making any sense. You're just too drunk. It's like he's getting drunker. It's like he drank and it's just starting to hit his bloodstream or something. Like the alcohol has now gone to his head.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
No.
No.
It doesn't.
do what you have to do. I don't really care. I mean, I really do. It's either gonna crush my life or we're gonna go.
I think by getting it off your shoulders and talking about it, I think at least you're making a step somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm not trying to get some
Into a
damn
pile of shit.
13-year-old in my bed. That's not it. If I want to get somebody in my bed, I go to the swingers club. I go to the people I date, which there are 3 or 4 that I normally date, and I can do that. That's not. I mean, that's not. I'm not a predator. I'm not that in that ballgame. I don't like even young women. There's a little problem with that. I'm sorry. It's like young little guys. I'm not like, put them over there.
That's not your thing.
It really is something.
That's not your thing.
Just put him over there. I also love the fact he talks about the swingers club as if it's like a storefront someplace you go to. Like, I've never been into the swinging scene, but I don't know that you find a building that's like Dayton Swingers Club, Jim Roush welcome.
Yeah. Cyrano says, I don't know why you're having problems understanding. I'm drinking cane rum, 151 proof, and he's making perfect sense.
That's probably what it is. I'm just not blasted right now.
But it's not. But beyond my thing, it's I don't. There are people.
Roommate, does this make sense when you're high?
And that's not me.
And
I'm really serious.
you know, Jim, if I thought that was you, I wouldn't waste my time here with you. Because if I felt that way, I'd say, you know what, Jim's like that, throw you away, and out the door I go.
Okay, let me give you another indication.
Oh, here we go again. Another rant.
Yeah.
And LaSalle says, I'm not a predator. I just like 13-year-old girls.
Yeah, it's fine. This is fine, guys. This is fine. Everything's okay. Just give him back his car. Let him go home. We'll just forget this whole thing happened. It's fine. He's not a predator. He just wanted sex with a little girl.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what explanation he's going to give now. I'm doing my best to try to follow this. To pull out any bit of, like, sense I can. And you're having a better time than I am.
I've listened to this a number of times.
Yeah.
I taught music for 31 years. I have never been arrested in that 31 years for any kind of child molestation or anything like that. And the 31 years, I've seen many, many kids go through my system and through the systems that I ordered. It's the wrong ballgame. I mean, it's just not me.
Okay. So it's
He
help
hasn't
me out here.
he hasn't been caught trying to have sex with a child before, so you should ignore this time.
Because they're not in foster homes or orphanages?
Because he was he was a teacher for 31 years and nobody ever arrested him for trying to have sex with a kid.
I guess. Callie Bone gave us a donation
Nice.
for what the hell this man Jim talking about.
Jim doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just opening his mouth and letting the demon rum take over, and he's hoping his lawyer Jim Beam here will get him off. Or is it maybe it's Jack Daniels? I don't know. I didn't see the legal document here.
Yeah.
So when you were online chatting and you felt that you felt like you were talking to somebody who possibly did understand and probably had some experiences, you felt like you could let go, right?
You know, it's funny to put it in perspective over the last couple weeks in which Cheyenne's been involved. I did not feel that way until tonight. And I don't know what made that difference. I have no idea what made that difference, but I felt like maybe it's a movement on the part of the people whoever did it to kind of motivate me to go that
It's
direction.
Jim as the law offices of Morgan and David.
No, I really
Established
was
2020.
very cautious of not letting any information out, not even my emotions until tonight.
Tonight you felt, that you could be
I guess I was
be
like
free.
I was just looked down. I was tired of playing games and doing things and just backed off and just okay. You want to talk? You want to get together? Here's my phone number. Give me a call. I'll do it. I mean,
She
really,
just browbeat him
You let
into it.
you let your
Of course she did.
Yep, she just browbeat him and bullied poor Jim Roush into coming to her house for sex.
That slut.
That bitch.
Private Area says, it's like Lauren. No, I'm not a sex offender. No, I just have to register as one.
Yeah.
I didn't. I did.
Yeah. No, I am not a sex offender.
guard down.
I let my guard.
Look, to Jim.
Now there's
But-
a Christmas card.
Now, I will say, to Jim's credit, there's nothing. He seemed to have completed whatever he needed to do for registry as a sex offender. If he had to do classes, he seems to have completed his classes. He stayed employed. His family didn't completely abandon him, which, I would think in most normal families that means that he probably was apologetic for what he did. They're not. I think most people aren't the Armstrongs that are just going to be like, let's not talk about that no more.
Yeah.
So I mean, to Jim's credit, this seems to have been a one-time thing, and he seems to at least have learned his lesson, not try to have sex with children anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, to his credit, he's at least not Lauren.
Let your guard down.
I let my guard down only because of the fact that I had my guard up for weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yes, Paco has
only,
the best Lauren in the business.
and through that guard that I had,
That's what Private Area said
I
too.
thought maybe
Yep.
she needs some
Best
help.
Lauren in the
Maybe
business.
she-
Only I read his comment in Mama Gwen's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauren is the best in the business. I don't do the best Gwen though. I don't.
She needed
Get
to
your
talk
head
to
out of
someone.
your ass.
Maybe she was moving in a direction that I could help her in some way. Really, that's the honest answer.
And what did you want to talk to her about? I mean regards to
I wanted to open up those channels. I don't know where she was in that regard. I wanted to open it up so she could talk to me. And she in the past she was guarded too.
And she,
Or
you talked about a lot of things. You said you talked about, different things. How was it you guys talk about? I know you said you let your guard down
Mhm.
and you're feeling lonely. How many times did you guys talk about sexual things?
Nothing up until tonight
Okay, nothing.
that I'm aware of.
Are you aware?
I don't
Jim,
remember.
Jim, I
anything,
believe you
the
might be lying here.
connotation of the- if it was like really off the wall.
Off the wall.
Yeah, it wasn't like as straightforward as was.
So what do you consider
I don't think that was what I
Kind of
was
off the
going
wall.
for.
Just something that you remember us talking
I
about.
don't remember. I don't remember specifically.
You guys, you just off the wall things, maybe about giving a blowjob or anything like that, or
Oh, talking about what kind of relationship do you have? What she have with her boyfriend? And,
did you guys go deeper than that?
He ever touch you?
Yeah.
About that? That's about it. That's about the extent of it. That's about the bottom of it. Really.
Yeah, it's as far as that.
Did she ever talk to you about going deeper than that? I mean, any?
Not until tonight.
Okay.
And I'm not sure she really went that far with me as much as I went with her,
Yeah.
which is my problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What you guys talk about tonight? It just kind of seemed like everything.
I don't know what it was about tonight.
Here's a good point. We're up all night to get Chucky says, anyone else troubled by how he basically says, I never got arrested for this, instead of, I never did this?
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder if he was telling on himself a bit there.
Yeah, exactly. He never got arrested for this before. Not that he never did it. Not that nobody ever raised any allegations. 31 years, it could have been a school system that just covered it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that is a weird wording.
That's
there.
a very weird wording. Now, I mean, it's also possible Jim never acted on his impulses before, too.
Yeah.
That there is a possibility there. I find it a little hard to believe that his luck is so bad that the first time he ever talked to a child happened to be a perverted justice decoy, and the very first time he ever talked sexually with a child, he decided to go meet that child for sex. I find that to be a little incredible.
Yeah.
But there is a possibility. But no, over 31 years, before this in 2007, yeah, the school system might have covered up something he did, or just chose to lay him off or fire him for it or something.
Yeah. So, good job. Currently making mac and cheese to keep my predilections away.
Yeah, you gotta have regular infusions there.
Yep.
Yeah, the first thing he did was show his greasy fat stomach and dick.
I don't know what provoked that.
That might have been the
just
first
a
day.
Commonality, or just a talking over a period of time, which is probably.
Didn't Cheyenne have to ask him to show his face because he kept showing off his dick?
I don't remember.
It's Cheyenne. Somebody might remember this better than I do. I think it was Cheyenne that was like that because they needed to get the face shot to verify it was him, and they just never really got the full on face shot around his dick and his fat stomach and stuff.
I don't remember.
I might be wrong, but I think that Cheyenne was the one that's like, "Can I see your face?"
It's been a while since I've listened to these, so
probably a lot of it.
Kind of culminated over a couple.
No,
of weeks.
it wasn't a culmination. It was more. It was more of a
culmination.
Just a relaxed nature between two people. Like I said, it wasn't a culmination of things. It was more of a relaxed nature of.
Culmination.
Understand each other.
So you felt like you were on the same page.
Yeah.
Private Area says that would be Jim Roush. Lol, only dick on cam.
Yeah, that's our Jimmy.
And that we could talk about something.
And you were open. You guys were open.
I agree with that. I think for some reason it became more open tonight than ever before, and then obviously exploded. But again, I jump on you guys for that.
Yeah, I jump on you guys. I jump on you guys for me deciding tonight's the night to go meet a child.
Those pricks.
Yeah, you bastards. You deceitful sons of bitches.
Jump on you for that. Because that what I needed, whether it was Cheyenne or Joe Blow, I needed somebody to
he keeps bringing up it being Joe or George or something like that. Maybe Jim was going to the wrong swingers club.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason that 2, 3, 4 women were throwing themselves at. I'm just saying, Jim, maybe there's just something you don't know about yourself.
Yeah.
talk to. And instead of somebody to talk to, I ended up with investigations.
Well,
I understand. I don't criticize you for it. Don't understand. Don't misunderstand.
I don't criticize you. I just criticize you.
It's a real social, and it's a real social problem. I don't know how often do you do this every night?
Do you assholes do this every fucking night? What is wrong with you pricks? Are you just out here every night trying to catch predators? What the hell? Watch TV or something. Get a hobby.
No. This is Jim. You know, like I said before, we're just trying to get at what happened tonight and what's been happening. And you know, I understand that you've had a rough time. You needed to talk to somebody.
Yes.
You could have went out with 2 women or 3 women the other night.
15.
15.
Right. Last the other.
See, he could have had a whole harem. He's just got to brag, I'm telling you. He's got to correct you. I could have had 15 women. Oh, God, Jim.
Night, 2 nights out there.
Talking to Cheyenne made you feel good. Kind of let you.
It solved a problem, but it didn't solve a problem in terms of I didn't do anything except for talk.
Yeah.
Well, and probably flop your little dicky around.
And then tonight was just a culmination of, you know, you felt like, you know.
No, we've already established it wasn't a culmination.
Yeah, and then he went out of his way to try and describe culmination without saying culmination.
Maybe, you know, maybe I need to see her. Maybe she can actually, I can open up to her.
And that is really essentially it. You know, would it come to in some sexual thing? I'm not going to say it wouldn't, but I'm in the other side of me, which it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. I can't believe.
Like, Jim, the one thing you should be saying, if you ever open your hole in this room and say anything, the only thing you should say other than I need a lawyer is I was not there for sex.
Yeah.
That's the one. If you ever open your hole, that's the one thing it should say. And then he's going to get mad at him for the phone ringing. I'm Jim fucking Rauch in here, and you're going to take a phone call? It better be the goddamn president.
Your phone's ringing.
Yeah, unprofessional.
It would not have. It would never reach that point because of the person I am, and because I would never take an advantage of her. If you go back on those, and you'll see it. How many times I asked her, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure?"
Yeah, see, he wanted consent
And
from
the reason
the
why is because I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to. She was young, supposedly. She was young, and I did not want to do that. I really. This young thing.
I don't think Jim, you did not. I know you didn't want to hurt her.
No.
And you went there tonight.
Did he just do the black girl snap?
Help her out.
Bob?
You know, and things could have, you know, but you would. I don't think if anything would have happened. Now I'm talking anything.
Okay.
You would have never hurt her. Jim, I know that.
No, I wouldn't.
You would.
That's not me.
That's not you. But you were there for her. You were trying to be there for her, and you came here for that reason. To be there for her tonight.
And let's be realistic about that too. Yeah. I came here to be for her, possibly sexually too.
Yeah.
Jim. No, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just going to say.
You don't even play one on TV.
I don't even play one on TV. But I'm just going to say, Jim, of all the things to say, that was the last thing you should have said.
Yeah.
You should have said anything else but that. This is not the time for that level of honesty, buddy. I'm just going to tell you.
But I don't know if I could have ever done that. I don't
you might
think
have
I
had
could ever
whiskey
done-
dick.
I mean, I'm serious. I told you this, went to the swingers club. So I've been dating. I have gone there twice, and I've walked away because, no, that's not what I want. I want to go to some place and meet somebody who really, really needs what I am, not my dick. You know?
He wants you for you. Wants Jim.
I keep laughing every time he talks about the swingers club in Dayton, because there's a Dayton in our state, and what I know Dayton for is this Amish farmers market where you can get these like sticky buns like the size of your head, and I'm just imagining that like by day it's an Amish run farmers market, and then by night it turns into the swingers club. That's all I'm imagining. An Amish themed swingers club.
Oh Lord.
We got two entrances, one for the English and one for the Amish.
Yeah, and I'll do a hell of a lot for that. We can go into personal details on that, but there are people. There are people in my life who would do anything for me to just give up everything I have and just go with them. But I won't do it.
Jim has principles.
And there are other people on the inside who need every bit of me, and I can't give them that because I've got this other person who really needs me, who won't say the thing.
And tonight, go ahead.
Sounds like there's a lot of relationship issues going on
Oh,
for
absolutely.
you right now.
Oh, absolutely. I have no question about it.
Yeah.
I can be specific about it. You want specific?
See, right now Jim's thinking he's turning the tide here. They're thinking he's a victim now. So now I'm going to start telling my relationship stories, right? This is the Amanda James part of the interrogation.
Yeah.
Specifics, or you want to talk about legalities? I have a girlfriend who won't get married, who doesn't want to see me, except for on the weekends when she wants to get fucked. Okay.
I don't know if that's a
Another
girlfriend.
woman who would love for me to just move in with her. I can't move in with her because she's not going anywhere. She's not. I want this one to come around, and she never will. So what I do, juggle phone calls on those two. Then we add in the other emotions, of, okay, so I can't satisfy any one of the two. I know I can see you're gone on this. You have no clue what I'm talking about. But
No, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about right now, Jim. Do you know what the hell he's talking about?
No.
He started talking about the women, I guess, was, I don't know, too old or fat for him or something. I don't know. That he just does the one he doesn't want, and the one that just wants his dick. Like, and then he's just, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
But this is all going on.
But these are your feelings.
Yeah.
These are your feelings.
Well, no, they're beyond my feelings. So they're people who affect my feelings, and they're people who I can get down on my knees and say, "Stop this shit."
And
they so.
LaSalle says, because she's fat.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, a catch like Jim Roush can't settle for just anybody.
and tonight,
This is, as I said, I don't care. I don't want to be
This is
involved
the
in a whole bunch
Roy
of legal
Armstrong
shit.
of Cincinnati.
I've been there before. Not major, but
Yeah.
I know what's like. I know what this shit is like. And
but you wouldn't be there for her tonight.
I wanted to help somebody out. I
And
wanted somebody. Her mother was not around. Her father was not around.
Yes, that's why you were showing up to the house.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what to do.
And she had
She was scared.
I
She,
did.
was
emotional feelings, sexual feelings.
she had just planted some
She had a
petunias.
multitude of feelings.
Right. And I could answer some of those by my dialogue, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Callie Pump donated again for not a whole lot. Enough for a slice at Planet Pizza. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Impact for
You know, but right now, we're talking about it, and that's the main point. I mean, you could come in there and say that, you know,
I still feel sabotaged,
I'm not trying to sabotage you.
but I feel sabotaged
Yeah.
because of the fact that is I'm not out there fucking the 13-year-olds and
Yeah, they
getting
should
them drunk and
do that
taking
first,
them
I
up
guess,
to
in his
hotels,
mind.
as we obviously know from the news today.
Mhm.
I'm not doing that, and I don't have a desire to do that.
No, Jim fucks in the old-fashioned way, in the mama's bed,
Yeah.
as nature intended.
But you felt a connection tonight,
I
and tonight
I felt
was,
she needed,
and she needed you, and you,
and I needed her in some sense. I
and
needed to be able to.
let yourself go.
No. I needed to. There's a needy
To
thing.
help her.
I needed to fulfill a need of somebody, and I've always done it all my life. We go back the history with my school,
Yeah.
and it's always that, trying to find some way to help some kids. And I really felt that need.
Jim, this wording isn't helping you.
Bullshit. I mean, if that's the way you feel, I mean, I don't think that's bullshit.
He has a need to help a child in need
And
with his penis.
yeah, this wording.
His penis is the miracle cure for everything.
Yeah, it's like this wording's not helping him. He was showing up to have sex with a child. He even said he was going to have sex with her, and then he's like, I had to fulfill a need, and I always fulfill needs for children. Come on, Jim.
Well, I know, but on the outside of it, people look at it. They don't see it.
But you have feelings. I mean, you'd be inhuman if you didn't have feelings. And tonight was about feelings.
It was.
Tonight was about feelings, and tonight was about you trying to help someone who you thought you needed.
Help them is the key word there.
Yeah.
And
And you wanted to share.
I wanted to
With
be.
them.
I wanted to be able after the discussion of the we talked about if it's sexual or whatever it happens to be.
Private he says, the magical therapeutic penis? Yes, this is what we need more of.
Yeah, right?
I would not be going to therapy.
Wanted to share that this is how I would see it. What do you need? Where do we go from there? How does my role change with you?
I don't even think Jim knows what he's saying.
You know, Jim, you've said several times that.
You know, one time I heard that in church they said that, when it comes time to give witness, just don't even think about what you're saying. Let the Holy Spirit take over. Jim's doing that, only it's Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
He's not even thinking, he's just letting Captain Morgan speak on his behalf.
And what a job.
You feel sabotaged.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to make life harder for you. I mean, you're in the situation that you're in, and right now we have an opportunity to talk through things and maybe get you in a better situation so that you don't feel sabotaged.
Okay, in that relationship.
We're past it. He already feels sabotaged.
Yeah.
And welcome to Flyman Myung. Says, got here late. Thank you for covering my absolute favorite interrogation.
Oh, yes. I've listened to this a million times. I almost just know the words. I can almost speak it along with them. I'm just not
Which
quite...
is bad because it's a word salad.
It's just a word salad. I'm just not quite drunk enough to really get the dialogue right.
In that perspective, how do I deal? I'm going to be online, unless you guys chop up my arms and take my job away. And deal with that when I see somebody who does have a need.
What's great is at this point, Jim still thinks he's going home and he's going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't mean searching out. I'm not talking. I'm somebody. I have. That's a whole.
Full Deaf Layman Myung says, imagine Jim just starts speaking in Dunk's mid-ramble. How would you even know, though?
Hey, you never even realized he's doing it.
I never have gone to somebody on the internet who hasn't responded to me.
Yes, because that would be weird if you had, Jim.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody here thinks you just got on Yahoo, picked a random screen name, and then showed up at their house.
Yeah.
No, that would be really weird, Jim.
However that plays a perspective in how you deal with the job that you do. For me, once they respond to me, then I have not an obligation. I need to. Do I need to answer them, or do I shut it off? And that is real. That is really hard for me.
Yeah.
That is really hard. When somebody said hi, after I said hi to them, I mean, just that simple. Just that simple. If I don't respond to them, it says, "Oh, well, he doesn't care." It's like the
Okay, just quick question to everybody in the chat. Have you ever just decided that you were going to go drink the stuff under the kitchen sink because you messaged somebody online and they didn't message you back?
No.
Like have you ever, has that ever ruined your day?
No?
Is that what he's saying?
Is that what he's saying? I'm having
Yeah, that's
trouble
what he's saying.
that.
What he's saying here is, if he says hi to somebody and they say hi back, that he has created a social contract where now he's obligated to speak to that person. And so if he does not speak to that person, then that person is going to fall into a state of depression and feel like nobody cares about them. So had he not responded to Cheyenne and wanted to go to show up at her house, Cheyenne was going to make a bleach smoothie or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, is that he feels like he has to talk to everybody that ever talks to him.
37,000 other people don't care, and I have a real problem with that, because if somebody responds to me, I always respond to them.
He spends hours talking to just
What
porn
do
bots.
we do?
Just like Lauren.
If you could talk more about
Singles in my area.
the information that you exchanged with Cheyenne as far as pictures or
I never.
chat.
I did have my webcam, and my webcam has been both visual, as obviously seeing me, facially, genitalia.
Genitalia. How many times would you say?
I would say maybe one or two times that she has accepted to see me that way.
And that was on Yahoo.
It was on Yahoo, and it was her. I never forced it on her. She always asked to have an exception, to accept it. But not. It's not always been genitalia. But
Now he's wrong. That's not what happened. But in his scenario, a 13-year-old girl was like, "Jim, show me your dick."
Yeah.
Like in his scenario, that's not good, Jim.
Well, I think what he's saying is, well, she accepted when it said, I want to share my webcam with you. She accepted and clicked on it, which means she wanted to see it. So that means there's no crime there because she clicked it. Like,
yeah, so he's got two possible scenarios from what he's talking about. Either this 13-year-old girl walked up to him and says, show me your dick, and he unzips his pants. Or he says to the 13-year-old girl, would you like to see my dick? And because she doesn't run screaming for the hills, he whips it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like, even if he doesn't even say that's what he's going to do, he's like, I want to share my webcam with you. Her clicking yes is giving consent enough, so that's fine if all of a sudden she's just confronted with penis right there.
Yeah. This is why every lawyer you ever talk to would tell you in the interrogation room, shut your damn hole.
Yeah.
Because that was not a good thing to say, Jim. Because a prosecutor who's way smarter than me is going to make an argument just like I've just made.
Yeah.
Only a better one, because he's smarter than I am. Shut your damn hole.
Face, genitalia. So there's multitude of different things.
Yeah. But that's only, and again,
I also like how comfortable he is.
Yeah, he's reared back here. He's lecturing. He's
and yet, he's there with wet pants because he pissed himself. And it's not fazing him at all. He's just, let me cross my legs and get comfortable here.
He pissed himself. So just remember, earlier in this night, he pissed himself.
Only because of the fact that that's the way I was at that point. Not that I was. No. Okay. Cheyenne is going to be on, so let's put it on my dick. No, it was never that. It was there. I just clicked on webcams available. She accepted it or not accepted it. In most cases, and she didn't always accept it either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, was this in response to the conversation you were having?
No, there was no.
I love how he's putting this. I did. It was just sort of, and then he goes on to say, okay, so it's not like I was just like, hey, let me show my dick, but he just turned the webcam on, and it just
while he's showing his dick,
to be showing his dick, and that's just random.
This man,
totally random.
This man 100% owns a penis lamp.
I hate it when I turn my webcam on, and it's just suddenly on my genitalia, and oh no!
Every goddamn time.
It's like the camera does like a up and down motion, trying to Russian roulette. Dick.
That's why they don't want me on Zoom meetings at work anymore.
That's terrible.
Well, I've got the light, damn it. It's a shame to not use it.
Prophet Area says, I'd pay good money to see any of these pedos piss their pants. Oh, God.
No, there was usually no conversation in relationship to that. No conversation. Nothing. Is this an adult cam? No, even that. It's cam is available. If you want, you can see it. If you don't,
if you want it, you can see it. Here it is.
But that's again. But in relationship to other people other than Cheyenne, that was kind of.
If you want to see the one-eyed snake, just click this button.
What did you hope when?
If somebody wanted to look at it, they could look at it, decline, look at it, stop, go on, do their own.
If somebody wanted to look at it, they can just stop, look at it, go on, say, "Oh my, there's a penis."
Oh, Jim.
Just tap on By Joe's penis. Look at that. There's a Christmas card.
That was my yeah. And that was that was what I expected them to do. If they didn't want to see it, they didn't do it. If they did see it and they didn't want to look at it, they could click off.
So you sent it as something as if she wanted to view it, she could view it. If she didn't want to view it.
Exactly. And I would have done that with. I would have.
Private assist. LMAO Zoom meetings brings a whole new meeting to click the link below.
Done that beyond Cheyenne. Way any other people that I had any contact with. I mean, when you go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and you get a response, and you put on my webcam is available. That's it, and then you get that choice.
So, when you said that there were webcam shots of your genitalia, what was going on? Was there masturbation involved?
Not in all cases, no. Just there.
Yeah, not every time.
There was masturbation in places of people who did have a connection with me. Okay, in other words,
You
people
thought you had
who
a
stayed
connection.
with me and been long. Short term, no.
What about with
What about
Cheyenne?
Yeah, I don't think so. And that may be just I don't remember, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it was more like, here's a guy's thing. Yeah, more that was more of it.
More of an education for
Just
her.
imagine filling up your whole
I
screen,
think so.
his little
I think
pecker
so.
peeking out from under his
was,
belly
at
while
least
he's just flogging that
she
log.
is. Go back
No.
to that. It was
I'm
more
glad I don't have
of
images of that.
I've looked.
Exploratory.
This is what a guy looks like.
Yeah.
This is what a guy
Your
looks like.
boyfriend looks like. You ever touched that? Your boyfriend? Oh yeah, I touched him once. That kind
I like how he just plays that off like that's just such casual conversation with a child. This is what a guy looks like. Oh, your boyfriend looked like that too. Did you touch it?
Yeah.
Like it's just normal, just everyday conversation.
Nothing more than that.
Nothing
for
more
her.
than
That I remember.
I remember.
I say that as
You said you only did that like one or two times.
More nudes.
You said something
I'm
else.
sorry.
Probably one or two times. No more than that.
And then tonight, you said you.
Yes, it's the guy that can pick up his phone and be like, hang on, I have that picture. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
were going to be for her in various
If I'm ever murdered and they go through my phone, I don't know what they're going to think about me.
I don't know.
issues, you know, because her some with her parents and
She said her mother was working at the hospital and that she was free and I connected and
you
I gave her my phone number,
gave her your phone number,
which was a big step for me.
yeah,
Yeah, between PCAP, Lauren, and
Well,
Tiger
big step for me
interviews,
because number one,
you're gonna have some interesting thoughts about
I
me.
didn't even know where she lived,
yeah.
and then we followed through with that that fiasco. Been driving all over.
Driving.
and
How'd you find her? How'd you find her place there?
Luckily,
Did you get like a map quest or?
no, I had originally had a map, but when you I spent an hour looking. Her directions were terrible. Or whoever it is, their directions.
They were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
So did you have to call her back, or?
She called me, and then obviously that was.
And that's where you kind of asked where is this?
Well, where
at?
am I going? What am I doing?
Was it a cell phone?
I'm not sure.
Or your
I had a
home
cell
phone?
phone. I had a cell phone.
So she was calling you on your cell phone?
Or whoever it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you?
I like how he does that smile, like he's just or whoever it was, like I've just blown your case, lady.
Yeah.
ever called her on your cell phone or anything
No.
like that?
He
No,
thinks he's
never.
winning.
Not doing that.
Okay. And tonight, I know a lot of things. You wanted to express certain things. You wanted to. I'm trying to express your feelings, Jim.
Okay,
I'm trying to express your feelings, and because I want to get it right. I don't want to say something that's not right.
Okay.
But tonight, you wanted to see how she was emotionally, sexually.
Mm-hmm.
Does that where the condoms come into play?
Were the what?
Condoms she had on you?
I wanted to put them in my pocket, which I did last night also.
Yeah.
But maybe that should be noted.
Yeah, take notes.
I put the condoms in my pocket tonight.
Yeah.
If something culminated that.
Yes, take notes, officer. I had condoms in my pocket when I'm going to meet this child for sex. And I also had them last night in my pocket when I thought I was going to meet an adult woman for sex. So make sure you write that down, that anytime I think I'm about to have sex, I bring condoms with me. This is why you shut your damn hole.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
The Fleeman Myung says, clearly he is winning. Look at how relaxed he is. He has it all figured out. Exactly.
He's winning this thing.
He is a smooth operator. We're only an hour into this?
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna have to finish this next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to end right there on that screenshot.
It's a fantastic look.
Yeah, when we pick this up next week, we'll rewind a little bit to get this line of questioning, I think. But that right there, we've got to end on that screen right there.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a connection with her. But then he did.
Yeah.
But he only masturbates for those he has a connection with.
Right.
I mean, he can't help himself. He just keeps digging the hole deeper, and it's hilariously bad.
And like I said, he thinks he's winning.
I know.
He thinks he's talking his way out of it. He's explaining it all away. He's poked holes in the officer's case. He's called their methods into question. He's winning this thing, man. Jim is sure he's going home.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's got this all figured out. He can talk his way out of it.
Oh, man.
So the main takeaway from this is Magnum's legal advice is if you ever find yourself in the interrogation room, what should you do?
Shut your damn mouth.
Shut your damn hole. Shut your hole.
Yes. I mean, he'd still be fucked.
Yeah, he'd still be fucked.
But, I mean, this is gold to the detectives. This is gold to them.
Yeah, I mean, but all they needed him to do, he did in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
The only thing they needed him to do was to say, this was my chat log.
Yeah.
To agree that was him. Once he did that, all the rest of this is just gravy. But here he is now, he's keeping on going, talking about, yes, I was showing myself on camera to this little girl. Yes, I got in my car to drive to meet her. Yes, I was showing up at the house. Yes, it was for sex. Like, there's no way this man can walk into court and say it was like a coincidence that I just happened to go to that same town.
Yeah.
All of this is out the window, but all he had to do, he did in the first couple of minutes and say, he validated that that's his chat log.
Yeah.
And if one of these guys did shut their face. And I've come across the interrogation once. The guy did shut his face. And he refused to talk to the detectives. And the interrogation footage is 45 minutes or an hour. And it's pretty boring because he's lawyered up. They can't talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And it's just chit-chatting or something. Not even about the case or anything. And that guy didn't get the same punishment that the others got.
Yeah. Because
he shut his face. And his lawyer could do his job. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm happy this pedophile, was free in the streets, mind you. But if you ever find yourself in front of detectives, shut your hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim just dug himself deeper and deeper in this thing, and I absolutely love it.
It is
I love that for him.
It is great, so.
Yes.
We will.
So, everybody, we thank you for coming out tonight. We thank you for the donations we received. We greatly appreciate those.
Yeah. Callie Bum says, in Jim's mind, I interrogate you guys. You don't interrogate me.
Yeah. So, next week we are going to pick this up and we're going to finish this thing. And, well, I was going to say we'd probably cover a short Lauren call or something, but let's be honest, we're going to be running down to the wire on this thing.
Yeah.
We're really getting into the more memeable part of the interrogation.
Yes. All right.
So anyway, I guess say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night. Kiss, kiss.